Hey everybody, welcome to the Quantum Show. And first things first, I need a sound check. So let me get a sound check. Sound check, everybody. Sound check, please. I had a thing that said sound check. Sound check, please. Sound check, please. Here we go. I'll just make one. Sound check, please. Let me see a sound check. That's the way we always start with a sound check. Okay, we can hear you. Good deal. Let me get that banner down. And welcome back to the Quantum Show. Yeah, I'm going to go over a few things that I've been watching in the media. Yes, the mainstream muggle news, as well as something of an introduction, because I'm not sure if I've ever done an introduction. Okay, first, let me welcome everybody in. Got Reality Check, Hellfire Studios, Dorothy Hawkins, Tim Stafford. Got your link in the bio, in the description, dude. Edgar, Raven, Tony, Keith Andrews, and I believe that's it for the moment. Thanks everybody for coming by. And yeah, wanted to go over what's been going on in the news. I didn't really have a chance to make notes. My weekends are totally demanded upon. And so I will just go through the notes now. Shakedown. I don't mean shakedown like shakedown of the channel. Sorry for the lighting. I'm going with no lamp because it made me look like a crazy ghoul or something. And so I'm going with just a little bit of darkness. This is an audio mainly presenting show anyway. And yeah, I wanted to go over a lot of this shakedown stuff and what's being used against society. People here in this chat room and normal paranormal audience, right? That I hang out, Amy, Rich, Hellfire, we're not really the younger crowd that they're after, right? They're not trying to change our minds because, well, let's look at this, right? We're Gen X. There's some of us that are boomers, and there's some of us that are, I think they're calling them elder millennials now. And so the millennials, I'm worried about most. Have y'all heard of Gen Alpha? Ugh, whatever, right? They're all, I mean, Gen Z, last I knew, was like 10 years old. So, oh boy. So, yeah, the shakedown and everything in our media that's telling us to be scared, telling us to do this, control our minds. We're not the target audience of that because apparently we're not relevant. Were we ever? Is anybody ever relevant to their decisions? Like reporting on all the bad stuff, not reporting on. Oh, I think I need to do this one. I should make a note right now. What is been going on for quite a while, but they're not reporting on it. And um, it is old news, but they're not reporting on it. Go figure. It is real. Go look it up. So they're not reporting on that. They're not reporting on anything from Maui other than a hurricane started a fire. Okay, when's the last time it rained and you were worried about your car and your house catching on fire? I've never been worried about that. Okay. So that doesn't make a whole lot of sense. And I have met people that are in complete denial about it. I don't think they have anything to do with it, but they're just in complete denial about it. because it's a conspiracy theory. Biden laptop, human trafficking. That's all. That was conspiracy theory. But what's happened there? Yeah, this is a hard hitting show today. I hope no one gets upset, but if you do, it's quantum. Okay. Let me start the show out. Let me start out again with welcome to the Quantum Show. If you're here, you're quantum. If you're here by proxy, proxy quantum is quantum. Hit like and subscribe. Had people ask for something of a introduction show. Okay. Well, I don't really have an introduction to where I can say too much. I do personal experience and personal takes on topics. I try to keep it to what I have personal experience with, not just something I heard from across the country. But some things like Maui, you cannot, I just can't, I can't avoid it because it's so obvious. If anyone thinks it's not obvious that they're trying to burn those people out and take it over and make it that, watch the news, watch alternative news, okay? Because the news would be right. I am not promoting any of this bad stuff, okay? I'm promoting awareness to your surroundings. And Keith is saying, just remember not to promote or condone those things. I do not. Hell no. Hell no. Because I believe in human rights and sentient rights, not who has more money, not who needs a job, right? Gets the rights or gets no rights. So, yeah, Cindy. Cindy says, burn. I'll just post it up here. And thank you, Tim. Yeah, seems to be what happened, right? Alrighty then. So, but yeah, the introduction is I do personal experience. This is a kind of a video blog, and I could go. The list includes alternate realities. I have experienced something, spirit guides, ghost encounters, spirit speaking, and alien contact. Oddly enough, I've never seen a UFO, not more than a dot, and I don't really count dots. That's a GUFON rule, and that's a good rule. Dots could be anything, too easily debunked. Too much stuff in the sky to say every dot is an unidentified. We can more or less identify them. And okay, but that's my intro, right? So that's me, and I have quite a lot of experience doing this stuff now. I've been of the pagan practicing circles for about 25 years now. It does me all good, harms no one. Hakuna Matata, hug a tree. No, I'm just kidding. Touch the tree. Thank the tree. So, yeah, we're being shook down. And with all the conspiracy theories, all the way from flat earth to Biden's laptop, okay? From the most crazy, they're starting to use that against us, okay? Against society, not us. The people who want, because I heard, now I understand, I came up in networking. My college degree is in computer networking, security hardware, right? So the October 4th uh, broadcast emergency system tests, right? Broadcast of the emergency or testing of the emergency broadcast system over cell phones, TVs, everything networked. Basically, everything networked. Anything that can deliver news will be broadcasting the same for 30 minutes on October 4th at 2 o'clock. So I have been reading, right? A lot of people have been saying this is going to broadcast tones, to activate proteins in your blood. And while that kind of thing can happen, I don't think that's what's going to happen. I think it's a test, because when you do a broad spectrum test like that, you are testing to make sure one thing is talking to another and both of them get the message. Have you ever been uh, in a group of people and something like an Amber Alert or a security alert comes down on your phone that's meant for a group, and only one or two people get it out of that group? And Keith is saying, what's this starting to use it against us now? They've been using it against us to hurt us for years and years. But in the group of phones, only one or two go off. They were all supposed to go off. They're not talking the way they ought to talk, and the system isn't working. So I think they really are trying to get the system to work. And the tones, well, let's just say I'm eager to find out what happens. I would like to find out what happens. Are people going to turn into zombies? I have heard every theory you can think of. Nanites in the blood, turn into zombies. A whole bunch of they live scenarios, right? Hey, Tim. And I will have to check that out, Raven. Raven's saying part of the Project Bluebeam test. I just sent you a video about it. I will have to check that out. I'm doing this for right now. And yeah, that's where I'm at on that. I don't think the test is going to do anything, but let's find out. Why not? I'm Gen X. Let's do it. What's the worst that could happen? Right? What have we been through already? Plague, nuclear war threat, invasions. What have we, not of this country, but invasions, and can't find the toilet paper. That was nuts. So if you think, all right, the person who kind of requested, right, that I do an intro, I don't know where this person sits on a lot of these topics, right? Just getting to know this person. Shout out to you if you're in the audience. Great to have you. And yeah, I know, Lynn, I'm sorry. Welcome to the show, Lynn. It can get worse, and I'm not hoping for that. And I was talking with my sister earlier today about how a lot of the world already has this other technology that we don't have. For some reason, we don't have it. Biodiesel has been used in Argentina, I believe. Madrid, Spain. There you go, Madrid. And Brazil, South America, has been using sugarcane to make fuel for years and years. Why don't we do that? We have flex fuel based on ethanol, which is made from corn, which is subsidized, and all that stuff. It's a paperwork nightmare. And I have told about my idea for hybrids using methanol, not ethanol, and not to do it on a national level, do it on a local level. I'm going to leave that there, right? Okay, another thing that just happened, we lost a jet. It had AI on board, and no one knows what happened, why. All we have are theories, no information, no news. I've heard that too, Edgar and Hellfire, that AI wants us to live on bugs. Bugs have a lot to offer us, not as a food source. We're too big for that. And I mean, just as organisms, we would need to eat so many bugs. I'm not into that. Oh, shout out, Alien Girl 111. Like and subscribe. Like she says, how did you get here? How in the YouTube algorithms did you find yourself here? At Alien Girl 11111. Wait, she loves to do that. I love it when she does that. So, the Shakedown, They're putting fear into us. They're getting us used to control. And it seems like this is something else. I've been saying it for a couple of years now, that they seem to be wanting to get us all on the same sheet of paper, where we're all got the jabs, got the procedures down, almost like we're going to be inspected. And that's what a shakedown is for. To be when the boss is coming, Jesus is coming, look busy. And what's going on with that? I want to see what happens. It's an exciting time because we're either going to have rebirth of a new civilization through nurturing and engendering good thoughts, or we're going to have birth of a new civilization through fire. We don't have a good track record as a species for the good nature versus fire. Okay, we don't. Look at all of history. So I'm looking at the chat. Yeah. Unified train of thought. I hear you. Dorothy is saying, hey, Dorothy, welcome to the show. I've had the feeling we're being corralled into a unified train of thought. Yes. Yep. I agree. They're getting policies and things in place, and now they're just blatantly burning people out. The blue lasers versus blue paint, that is ultimately true. Okay. If that's why when you see people who work with lasers, they're wearing the red glasses, red lasers, right? What that does is you have a frequency of light. It travels through. If it meets that same frequency, cancels itself out, right? It cancels itself out. Same thing with every color. Blue, put a blue light, blue laser to blue surface, whatever, cancels it out. And the dangerous part, which is the blue, gets canceled out because of the frequency of the surface, the color surface, and the light. They match, they cancel each other out. All very sciencey. And that's also true. I saw a thing where in Maui, speaking of blue, that oh well, where'd that thought go? Thought just ran away. Oh, they the elites over there requested that Google take off photos of the area from satellite, take those off the internet. Why? Why? Are we looking at something strange that shouldn't be there? Why would they do that? You can't. There is. If someone has a reason and it makes sense, put it in the chat. Right? Leave a comment. So yeah, they cut the water off. They corralled people into the fire. They blocked people from getting out of the affected areas, and people who obeyed got away and survived. The people who disobeyed got away and survived. The people who obeyed are dead. Okay, they killed them. That's murder. How is that not murder? I would like to say, there's a house on fire, and I lock the doors. I'm a murderer. Where people can't get out, I'm a murderer. Who gave that order and who actually carried it out? They're all guilty. Okay, and I'm not. Yeah, this is the harder hitting show. Sorry, not sorry, because it needs to be said. I say good weird on the title, and yeah, I try to stay on the light side of things, but I can't avoid the dark side. They're balanced. It happens. Even here in this little YouTube show, we have to acknowledge all of it, because without one, the other one doesn't make any sense. And according to Edgar Shadow, you and I have been invited to talk on the El Paso radio. Let me bring that up. Let me see if I can find it again. Yeah. Here we go. You and I have been invited to talk about ufology, aliens, in El Paso Radio, 690 AM. That's the same show. That's the same station that Coast to Coast is on, I believe. 690 AM. We may want to think about that because it is good. We both have experience with all this stuff. You can, we do. Okay. So I'm going to go ahead and I'll remember that, right? I will be remembering that comment. Thank you, Edgar, for bringing that up. Right. Okay. There was a lot of that, but was it left on purpose? Was it left on purpose? They didn't turn off the water and electricity. It was gross negligence. It was gross negligence with a purpose. Okay. I am saying that here. Gross negligence with a motive. Hey, Samantha, welcome back to the Quantum Show. And yeah, it worked for New Orleans. Yes, it did. Hurricane Katrina. And they used it and it worked. I think that's what you mean, right? Yes. Was it on purpose? Yes. And I think I have logicked out why. It has been shown that natural disasters are not covered by insurance, paid out by insurance, and they won't rebuild when there's a natural disaster. Space lasers don't exist, okay? Officially, space lasers don't exist. James Webb Telescope, okay? I did a whole show on that. I did a whole show on James Webb as a Death Star. So the rich people love Hawaii. The people who live there also love Hawaii, but they are locals. They grew up there. That's their culture. We appropriated Hawaii, right? Long time ago. It was like the 48th state or something. I can't remember. Correct me if I'm wrong. I thought Alaska was the 50th state. So, and that makes me think, why is Puerto Rico not a state? Poor guys, everybody. But moving on. For a natural disaster, the insurance companies will pay out, and it's no fault, right? And then the owners can do whatever they want. More rich people can move in, and rich people are looked upon by the government as better taxpayers because they can tax them higher. What about all those people, right? I had a little something call to arms a couple of weeks ago saying maybe everybody in that area should go down to Dollar Tree, buy a little mirror, and do what the Greeks did: burn the ships using reflected sunlight. You don't need anything special, just a little compact mirror. Enough of them concentrated on a spot, fire, combustion. Add heat, there is air, and the light gets so hot it will burn the surfaces. Yeah. All right. Because that's a good question, Keith. Why do they reach a certain income level? Do they get so many tax breaks? Because that's a good question. I am led to believe it's because of the perceived and intended trickle down effect, where more money for the top, they take care of their employees better, and they give them more money, more benefits, et cetera, et cetera. But that's not really what happens. And that's all I really understand about it, because I've never been on top. I don't want to be. I don't want to be one of them. And yeah, it's corruption. They're very corrupted. They're very corrupt. And they want us right where we are. They also want Hawaii. They want Maui as one giant resort. And another part of it, and this is documented, you can look it up. Maui Smart City, 15-minute city. Yeah. I try to make some sense out of the senseless, Keith. So, and I think you mistyped, and I don't know what you were supposed to type, what you wanted to type. Oh, logic. Okay. So that's part of it. That's a big, obvious part, right? Maui. And more of it is they're utilizing the natural ability of the general public to conspirationally theorize, and they're letting that fear run because it works for them. The more they're scared, the more society wants to be told what to do. Help me, guide me. Some of us don't need help and guidance. Some of us got this. We got it within arm's reach. Thank you, Keith. I do appreciate you telling people to drop in on my stream. I did share today, and I shared it on Facebook. I forgot to share it on Twixter. Yeah, I call it Twixter. Right. I've heard similar to that also, Dorothy. It wouldn't take 2 years to rebuild that place. It wouldn't take that much because we've done it before. We've done stuff like that before. Not burned a city out, but we have rebuilt from tragedies much less than 2 years because you got all the personal property involved, and they're not one person or one governing body taking an interest in it. It's a whole bunch of little ones with a little bit of interest, and they all fix what they have. Yes, Lynn. Oh, the user reality check. Oh, I thought you were saying Nathan's having a reality check. Kind of, sort of. Fear. They're. I got a coworker, and I told him somebody got diagnosed. He was like, oh, what? And they got him. They got him already. I said, dude, don't let the fear get to you. He's already all the way there. I'm like, sorry to hear it, bud. Sorry to hear it. But I just let him rant. He was ranting about it, and I was like, I ain't saying nothing about it. Because people who are scared, they tend to be given a pass for acting crazy. And I don't want to be no reason for someone to act crazy. We got enough crazy going on without me inciting more crazy, irrational responses. I'm not going to do that. Right? Lynn saying you can't think if you're afraid. You're right. You react. Your monkey brain takes over, and you can't make good decisions. You make decisions based on fear. That's why, why in horror movies, why do people always run upstairs? They can't get out when there's a serial killer down below, or a monster, whatever guy, Jason is down below. They run up the stairs into the room where they definitely cannot get out from. So that's the shakedown part, right? That's what we're being shook down for. And it's working on these younger, relevant people. Oh, I've been watching it. And it's evident in ufology as well as the economy and the workplaces, right? The medical field. It's evident there also. I was talking about some observations from El Paso versus here in Tennessee. There's not a lot of craziness going on here in Tennessee that I have been privy to, but there's a lot of craziness in Texas, El Paso. Right. And I'm talking the really weird stuff. Okay. And I don't mean weird good. I mean weird, evil, bad. Doctor Doom stuff. Okay. And yeah, El Paso, I've looked up a bunch of your doctors. They're not listed on your Texas registries. They're supposed to be. That's federal. They ought to be. I say Texas registries. They call it Texas registries. Why can't I look up what school they went to? Right? And it's a bunch of them. It's not all of them. Most of them are straight legit. And I want to say some in private practice, some in dental, some no, it's across the board, right? They all have some exceptions, and there's no information. Dr. Caesar, okay, I can't remember Dr. Give Love or Love Man or Love something. Can't find any information. The people don't exist. Caesar exists. He has a placeholder page. So that's another area where you can see something really is bad going on. And I've heard tales from the Northeast, Michigan, where there's a large concentrate of people. Tennessee, not, yeah, we have big cities, but we don't have the large concentrate of people that something won't be noticed. You know, there's no nameless people here, generally. And, but in Texas, many nameless people. In New England, many, many nameless people. Yeah, I'm here for your liver donation, says Tim. Mm-hmm. We've got some stories from people in the chat about that too. It's their story. I won't tell it. It's theirs to tell. So, and I can tell you it's evident in aviation. Okay. Not just in the ufology part of aviation, boots on the ground. I am one part of it. And though I'm not revealing any specific information, it's all very generic. It's happening. Okay. Things are being made intentionally obsolete. Created to be obsolete, not disposable, created to be thrown away. And to be planned obsolescence, well, we've been living with that, but I've come to realize that in aircraft maintenance, you want to fix it before it breaks. You don't give it a chance. Tim, you're absolutely right. What's crazy is the government spends hundreds of billions to kill people, but nothing, not nothing, but nothing to help people that are in real need. Yeah. There is a really dark side entity in charge over there, and it don't come here. Not here on the Quantum Show. And all of my people here in the chat room, we all agree that that's bad. And where's my will? Here we go. I know I made a banner for this. If not, I'll make it right now. So I brought this up to someone. And they were like, what do you mean? And they started to freak out. You know what? Let me do it this way. Yeah, I'll do this. And why won't I? Why won't we? Because we're smart. We don't need to be led by the noses. We don't need to be told where to go to do this, that, the other thing. We know we're smart. We have lots of experience. All of us here have a lot of experience. And we know how to survive, how to live. Hopefully, most of us do. So keep this in mind. All right. That is all over Tennessee, too. You go up and down outside of Nashville. only outside of Nashville. The non-compliance is out there. It's everywhere. So, wow, I didn't mean for this show to go straight into the darkness, but here we are. And that's what I've been observing this week is all of that. I don't participate in it, right? I refuse to participate. I participated once and it messed up my head, and I'm done with that. But yeah, I may have a new listener to the show, like I said earlier. Welcome. Hope you're enjoying yourself. Hit like, subscribe, sign up for YouTube, and welcome to the Quantum Show. If you're here, you're Quantum with Amy and everybody in the chat room. And so normally we're talking about things like spirit guides, self help using crystals, and meditation and proper diet, and keeping up good vibes. But we can't ignore the darkness because without one, the other doesn't make any sense or to balance. So yeah, I've had a kind of a slow week for everything, right? And it's been so slow. Update on that project. I'm not really in the headspace to work on it right now, but it will get worked on. And Keith, I never got a chance to call you on the phone. I'm sorry about that. I need to call you and tell you the update that I have. Same with you, Joe, if you're here. Hey, Crafting Gamer. Welcome back to the Quantum Show. And yeah, that's kind of on the back burner right now. I need to call you guys to tell you why. Okay. Now I got our panel members that I have talked to them, but Joe and Keith. I've got to update you on that. It is really cool, crazy cool, but also it's a development. What else do I got? Yeah, it was a slow week, and I haven't constant communication with the spirit guide, right? Oh, I was sitting on a park bench yesterday, and I felt on. I keep keys, flashlight, things, Leatherman in my right pocket, and I felt a little on my, just a little, not a, or anything like just, and I thought I knew what it was, but it was not that. I had my arms away from my waist, so they were up like this, park bench and stuff, and I felt little boom, 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 just very gentle on my pocket, and it wasn't anything explainable. I wasn't twitching. I thought it was a muscle twitch, but then I know what a muscle twitch does, and it doesn't move my pocket to where I could see it. Welcome back, Joe. Thanks for coming back by. And I've got to call you and tell you on the phone with voice the update. But that's something that happened yesterday. Nothing groundbreaking has happened. More parts came in. I'm glad. I'm working on clearing my mind. All this stuff in the back, I'm going to try to get rid of all of it or move it somewhere or something. Give it away. I don't know. But I'm clearing my mind. I think that's why my headspace has been so messed up, so cluttered, because of things like that. Okay. I don't remember, Edgar, I don't remember this, but I do not doubt that kind of thing exists. I don't remember writing that, but keep it, print it, put it out there. Not going to hurt anything. I don't remember that, but it had to been at least 10 years ago or 8 years ago. So, yeah, I'm just recapping for the week. Constant pinging from people about to call me. I get pings from them, and I know they're about to call. I've got a witness. Raven witnessed it. She was on with me. I was talking to her, and I was like, what's that? What's that? What? Ring. The person rang. So that stuff keeps happening. So constant communication. Got lots of pings. Knowing when to turn left, when to turn right, when not to do something. So spirit guide is back there driving. She's back there guiding me like, nah, you don't want to go over there. Here's a bad feeling for you. And yeah, that stuff is constantly happening. And I've noticed when people say bad things about you, then that means they kind of like you. It's weird. They want to be you or something. I know, not Smith. However, I'm gonna have to. I'll ask Leslie Edgar. I'll ask Leslie. All right, but yeah, that's been my. Oh yeah, I've been starting doing dark chocolate and coffee. Seems to be good. It's supposed to be good for you. And I'm back on the Hawthorne. Me and you, Keith, you get on the Hawthorne too, because I've been having a lack of energy for the past couple of weeks. So I'm gonna go with like heart healthy again, plus coffee. And yeah, that's where I'm at. Will not comply. Mm. And I hope everyone sees the crap that we're in. I'm pretty sure none of us are slave minded to that stuff. None of us are. Okay? There are other people that are, not here. If anyone in the crowd is new and wondering, that's why it's so small, because we just happen to be very niche, even in the paranormal. Because I touch on a lot of the paranormal stuff, but I don't specialize because it's the Quantum Show. I talk about all of it, and it's personal experiences. Also, I do welcome the dissenting opinion as long as you'll talk about it. I had to get rid of 2 people because of that. Mm. You know who you are, right? But they can't hear me, so they couldn't talk. They accused, and it was nothing but anger. So I'm out. And one person tried to gaslight me. I'm like, no, no, no. I am not going to be gaslit at all. Trying to make me think a certain way. Oh, please. And in a couple of weeks, I'm trying to take a road trip to Houston. Trying, trying. Let's see what happens, right? I have to, that's the goal, but let's see what happens on the way there. I got to save. I got to make sure things are right. I'm flying. I'm not driving. I'm not going to do that because I just don't want to. I'm not up to it. 20 something hours driving. I just don't want to do it no more. I could if I had to, but I don't really want to. And then it also depends on whether the airport will let me fly. Because last time I flew was pre all this stuff. We'll see. Whatever. Yeah, pause in the tech projects. Though other projects are there too. There's a lot of projects in the works all the time. I've been running down on energy. So I'm doing the herbal remedy. Lots of water too. This is water. Full. Okay. And yeah, actually a slow paranormal week, which makes me a little bit paranoid because normally it's not slow. Normally there's a cadence, a rhythm, right? And okay, Dorothy is talking about something she went through. The one who tried to gaslight me found out I outed him in the Twitter space. Suddenly, I'm blocked from seeing his comments. Many people love this podcaster, but no love lost here on my end. Same, Dorothy. I'm probably blocked too. I don't look at Twitter too much. Not anymore. Okay, Tim's saying he got on a plane in Roswell. Yeah. Oh, and Joe earlier, a few minutes ago, said iodine. Yeah. Get you some iodine. Have plenty of it. All right. And, but like I said, it's been slow. Nothing, usually there's a cadence and something happens regularly, small somethings, but not too much, right? Always got voices, always got the kid playing. And I believe his name is Ian, right? I believe his name is Ian. Let's see here. Sorry for the dark. Like I said, sorry for the dark. I was thinking about bringing people on. I don't mean on the panel. I mean first hour. I will be or independently recorded, but prefer first hour 9 p.m. Central. And right. I try to keep it real, keep it just myself. I'm not trying to expand too much because it's how can you expand when it comes to me? It comes to me, right? Yeah. Thank you, Tim. I appreciate that. Timothy Stafford. I appreciate that. He DJ Wardove. Link is in the description. So the fact that not the cadence of regular weird paranormal stuff isn't happening, that kind of worries me too. Like, is it saving up or something? Did something scare it away? So we'll see. But right now, I'm just sitting back watching all the stuff in social media and regular media, mainstream media, going nuts. Fear, Ukraine, South America, Europe, all of Europe, Russia, Hawaii, Scottsdale, Arizona. Didn't know about that one, huh? And apparently Kelowna. But I'm starting to think a lot of this is misinformation because I know people in these places. Keith is in that area. That's his public information. He puts it out there, right? I'm not blowing anybody's cover. He says, it's not on fire. There was some fire here, but it's not. It wasn't, and it's not gone. He lives there still in Kelowna. And, right. By the way, R. Keith Andrews has R. Keith Andrews Show. His link is also in the description of the show. You can go there, like and subscribe. And what he, like he puts it, share the daylights out of it. Because it's a great show. He talks about, much like I do, his personal stuff, much more self-help. He has written several books. He is on Amazon, but I recommend you buy from him specifically. Okay? And he takes orders personally via email. He will send you instructions on how to make an order from him. Okay? Cheers, Keith. I gotta shout you out. You shout me out every show, and you got a link living here. So let me know what. Let's do some more shout outs for the last few minutes of the show, right? And Tim Stafford is our DJ Wardove. Link in the description. He does instrumentals, techno, very inspired sounding, and it'll get your juices going because I know it comes from the heart. And I know because I know him in real life. We were in the army together in Germany. So his stuff comes from experience, from the heart. He is quantum. Who else we got with pages in here? Hellfire Studios got a page. Artist. He made one of the covers for my show, which I transferred it from JPEG to bitmap, and it shifted it slightly. So I got two covers. He's in here. And who else has a show here? Raven McMinn. She has a show on 1-2 Radio. Future here. She is normally on our panel. She can be on our panel, and if she wants to be, she has I believe it's 12radio.com, and you look for her name. It's a little bit hard to navigate onto that page, but it's accessible. Who else we got that has a page? I think that's everybody here. I'm still looking. Crafting Gamer, I know that's your username, but I don't know if you've got a page on here. A YouTube channel or anything. And let me see. I think that's everybody that has a page. Reality Check, I do not know if you have a page. Drop your link or send me your link, and I will make sure it gets put in the description. Yeah, Samantha Morris Cat, I don't think so. I don't think you have a page. I know that's your username. Got you, Hellfire. Got you, DJ. Yeah, I think that's everything. I think that's everybody. And okay, let's get the chat. Time to go back down. All right. All right. Reading the chat some. And all right. Yeah. Keith is saying I have trouble sorting out what a troll is based on what he's doing, right? In the chat room. The people who are disrupting your show, those are trolls. And I welcome the dissenting opinion. Bring the random, shake it up. Don't be Discord. Don't be rude. I'm sorry, I hate to say it. Don't hate to say it. Don't be rude. You attack other people, you're out. That's what this one person did. The other person attacked me, and I was like, nope, I'm not having this. You can take it and shove it. And let me see here. Oh, hey, Bob, you're here. You're definitely here. I don't know if you have a page or not, but here we go. Bob Perkins is here. Him and his future self are both here. Welcome back, Bob. We're working on the last little bit of the show, and I was going through shouting out pages. It's something doing it this way. I've got the netbook totally doing it. Hopefully, video is coming through not super choppy. I can actually check my phone as I move, as I go along. And yeah, but I didn't mean for this to be such a hard-hitting show, but maybe it was something I ate. Maybe I made the coffee a little too strong. But I dove right into the heart of will not comply. And I don't mind it at all. And to those of you out there, I'm sorry I haven't been able to make your live shows lately. Amy, I haven't been able to make the live shows lately. I just have no energy. Rich, I've been out and about doing stuff. I haven't been able. I'm glad you're feeling better. He had some medical stuff happen. Glad you're feeling better. And Third Phase of Moon is on so late. Normally I would be able to do it, but I'm usually wrapped up in doing something else or totally not with it enough to do any of it. So I just can't catch his show live. He does premieres at like 2 a.m. because he's in Hawaii, and that's a way different time zone. And he's, I don't even know what time zone that is. Hawaii's got their own time zone. So that's what I'm talking about, the shakedown. They're trying to, okay, back to the little topics, right? The shakedown is getting us all scared, wanting authority, wanting direction, asking for direction on how to do stuff. We're adults. We know how to do stuff, okay? We don't need to be told what to do if something happens. We know. We've had, I don't know how many years of experience we all have, right? But there are a lot. And we have been in situations where we had to do something. You know what to do based on a whole bunch of criteria. So, yeah, that, right? And all this stuff coming out on the news, it's all super sensational. And I love how we're not hearing so much about this, though it's been going on for so long now. It's still happening, right? Plural, okay? Past tense. It has it's happening anyway. I'm not going there because I definitely do not want to get kicked off. I'm already not monetized, so it seems to be the thing on YouTube to say, if you want to support the show, like, subscribe, leave a comment after the show, and if you want to, link in the description for my PayPal and buy me a coffee. If you feel the inclination. That seems to be the thing to do on YouTube, though I think I'm doing okay, right? I would like you to pay it forward if you can. Not necessarily to me, someone who can definitely use it. Because I try to do that. I don't film myself helping people. I just help people, right? I don't need that stuff. But it seems to be the thing to do, to put your money collection links in the description. So I've done that for reasons. Seems just that's what makes the show popular. And I'm like, Quantum Show here. It doesn't matter if I'm popular. It's immortal. We're outside the constricts of space and time. Oh boy, yeah. Same thing, Joe. They got their eye on me just like they got their eye on you. I just haven't found that stack of nickels. Okay? Right. And so just keep your wits about you, people. If you're here, you're quantum. If you're here by proxy, meaning you come from another show, you're quantum. If you followed a link, you're quantum. That means you're here because you are supposed to be here. You're supposed to be here to either get some information or give some information. One or the other. The force brought you here. The quantum waves brought you here. Okay? So I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the first hour. I will have the panel show in a little bit after a break. Time for more coffee, more water, take a break. This has been the first hour. And I will go ahead and put this back up because I will not. And we will be fine. If we're left to our own devices, well, our devices are very well practiced and honed sharply. If that be the case, we'll be fine. And thanks everybody for coming to the first hour. Like I said, it's been kind of a slow quantum week, but just nothing new, all the same stuff. And yeah, thank you everybody for coming by. Thanks for keeping it real. Yeah, keeping it real. I mean, I'm not going to sugarcoat this stuff for anybody. I might be doing a show on Rumble, specifically Rumble. Only Rumble, not YouTube. We shall see. Thank you, Lynn. I'll be coming back in a little while. Peace out. Tim. Lynn will do. Watch that tote behind you turn into Danny Darko like 5 times. Possibly. All right. I will be here in a little while, probably about 20 minutes, 30 minutes. Thanks. Keeping it quantum. Out of here. Bye-bye. Pushing buttons.